Okay, Heather. Sam told me that she got her stuff today, so I'm hoping you're gonna get your stuff soon. I listed your products over here. I didn't put anything from the detox pack over here because I believe Taryn's gonna add you to her detox group, and she'll go into way more detail than I'm going to. Not to mention it comes with instructions. So, here's what I want you to do until they start the detox group. Okay, so in the morning, you're going to take, we always talk about taking like a juice glass or like a wine glass actually. Putting 1 ounce of Daily Build, 1 to 2 ounces of Goyin, 1 to 2 ounces of Goji, 1 to 2 ounces of acai, 1 to 2 ounces of mangosteen, and then I'm going to say don't start putting the cleanse in there yet. So, but I thought I'd put it in there because we're going to work on building this up. There, now you can see it better. Daily Build, that's your multivitamin. It does not taste very good, so that's why we mix it with these, because these all taste pretty good. The other thing is this is typically not tolerated very well on an empty stomach, so if you do eat breakfast, take this after you've eaten breakfast. But if you don't, then the super fruits help you for it to not be on an empty stomach. The reason I say 1 to 2 ounces is we can take up to 6 ounces of any of these per day, and it's very safe to do that. So it's really just how quickly you want to go through your super fruits, and you're going to figure out which ones you notice more of an effect from, which ones you need at certain times, and which ones you don't. So that's your morning in your wine glass, juice glass, whatever you want. At the same time, you can mix together in 12 to 20 ounces of water, your energy, 1 scoop of sulfur, and 1 scoop of hydrate. Now I think you got the bags, so it would just be 1 packet of the energy and the hydrate. Energy, I would stick to 1 of these. Pretty much always you'll notice a good boost from that. The 1 scoop of sulfur can give you some cleansing effects, so you may notice some loose stool, headaches. Those are the kind of the 2 biggies that we hear complaints about. If that's terrible and you can't handle it, then go down to like 1/2 of a scoop, maybe even 1/4 to start with. And then you're going to want to start building this. For example, I take 3 scoops of this in the morning and 3 scoops of it at night. And then the hydrate, stick with 1 scoop. You shouldn't you shouldn't need to go to a 1/2 scoop or anything like that. You can mix all of these together, and that is perfectly fine, but sometimes Taryn will actually make you separate out the sulfur because you're not noticing enough of an effect from it. However, that's kind of on a case-by-case basis, so you and I can talk about that if you're not noticing your sulfur. And then take your Serene. You're going to take 2 tablets of Serene. Typically, I take that with this mix here. The other thing that I did not add on your sort of schedule was your Mila and your greens. Now, the reason we, for example, mix the sulfur in with these 2 is because it tastes terrible. The reason we mix the Daily Build in with these is because it tastes terrible. Mila and greens. Mila doesn't taste like anything, but it's got an odd texture. We typically recommend that you take it with oatmeal, yogurt, applesauce is another one that people typically mix it with for their kids. Greens also does not taste very good, so people will put it in protein shakes. But there is a thing called pond scum out there that people just rant and rave about. Where you take 8 ounces of water, you put 1 scoop of Mila, you put 1 scoop of greens in it. It looks terrible, it tastes terrible, and you just chug it down because you know it's good for you. And so that is something that I've done in a season. Right now I'm mixing Mila with my oatmeal and then greens in with my protein shake in the afternoon. But I thought I would just kind of touch on how to take those and pond scum. The other thing people will do, I've heard them of putting hydrate in with the Mila and the greens to make it taste a little bit better. But that's pond scum. if you hear them talking about that. In the afternoon, we can reboot hydrate, we can reboot energy, sulfur. So you can do this mix again with the energy, the sulfur, the hydrate. You can take 2 more tablets of Serene, and you can take 1 to 2 more ounces of your superfruits. Or you can do none of this. I know a lot of people don't do an afternoon because you know, where are you? You're at work. Are you going to take all of this stuff to work with you? You know, when are you going to take this? So that's a plus or minus. That's why I put question marks after all of it. But you're going to hear Taryn talk about taking 6 ounces of mangosteen. You know, how are you going to get 6 ounces down? You're not going to take them all in the morning. This would be when you're going to take your extra 2 to 3 ounces. Same thing with sulfur. That's how you get, you know, 6 scoops of sulfur in a day as you start doing an afternoon mix. And then in the evening, you're going to take your calcium and your probiotic. The reason that we take calcium before bed is because it is used in making melatonin. If you're low in calcium, you won't make proper melatonin. So I have another video that I'll send you on how to take calcium. And then you take your probiotic at night. The reason you take your probiotic just before bedtime is so that it's got plenty of time to kind of work through your gut, find the little nooks and crannies, and kind of set up shop to make good bacteria. This one is okay to take in the morning, but you're just not going to notice as much of an effect because you're going to rinse it right out with your afternoon meal. So that's that. The other things that are on your list that I didn't put in your list, silver, you're going to want to take, you know, if you're starting to feel sick, definitely start spraying that in your mouth 3 times a day. But I know Taryn likes to do silver morning and night. It's 5 sprays in your mouth. It doesn't taste like anything. So you spray it in your mouth morning and night in the winter. She likes to do that just to prevent getting sick. Other uses for silver, you can put it on any sort of wounds or anything like that, but that's really what the Skin Defense is for. Any rash that you've got, go ahead and put Skin Defense on it. I've heard of people using Skin Defense as deodorant, a natural way of deodorant. You can put it on your feet to make your feet not stink. You can, like I say, put it in your shoes. You can use this on your pets. You can use this on Chad if he's stinky. No, I'm just kidding. But that's what Skin Defense is for. It's for wounds or rashes. There's so many uses, but that is a really good one, but it's not necessarily going to be in your daily repertoire. And then the alkaline water concentrate, you'll see on the bottle it says to use 1 squirt per 8 ounces. And what that's going to do is it's going to add some minerals to your water and make your water easier to digest, which seems odd that we wouldn't be able to digest water, but I can tell you, I notice when I'm squirting that in my water versus when I am not squirting that in my water. I am more easily hydrated. So that is one that you just throughout the day, squirt it in your water. I hope this all makes sense. Please let me know if it didn't make sense or if I forgot something, please let me know. But that is your schedule. And now that I've sent this video, I'm going to take a picture and just send it to you so you've got a reference.